in the life of our stone church, the parsonage was just west of our building, between the church and the post office. As our membership grew into every available space, including the attic, some Sunday school classes met in the parsonage. It had a wide front porch, which was an ideal spot for class photos. In 1954, a new parsonage was purchased at 1414 Main Street, and the original parsonage was used as an extension of the church. No history of the Grinnell United Methodist Church would be complete without mentioning Maud Bortel Davis. Miss Bortel was instrumental in starting and leading many Sunday school classes and other groups, such as those I've mentioned, including the Epworth League and the Tri-M class. She was also involved in starting our very first church nursery. In 1957, the congregation honored her long-time service with a gold leaf cross, which is mounted on our building's highest steeple. I must credit her for the detailed church history that she wrote and completed in 1964. Much of our history, including photos and artifacts, was preserved by Maud Bortel Davis. In 1964, planning began for an addition to accommodate our growing needs. The old parsonage was torn down, and Maud Davis was one of the honorees at the groundbreaking ceremony for the new education wing on March 15, 1966. The new building included space for classrooms, restrooms, a library, and the church office. It was also structured for the possible addition of a second floor, if needed in the future. In 1974, our building became a life-saving location for many children in our community. I'd like to introduce Terry Burkhead, who can tell the story much better than I can.
Head Start moved in about 1974, and they had 2 rooms down here in the basement. In 1977, the church was definitely a life-saving station. The Grinnell Community Daycare Center was being forced to move. We had exhausted all our possibilities when the Methodist Church said, "We will take you in." They gave us the 3 rooms on the top floor across from the office and the library. That was to be our home for just a temporary stop, we thought. It became more like 17 years. This really turned out to be a convenient location for us. We were close to the library. We were close to Central Park, which is where we went for our playgrounds. We also were close to the bakery and other areas for our field trips, which we all did on foot. In addition, we used the downstairs fellowship hall for special programs and our annual Thanksgiving feast, when each class made something to be included in the Thanksgiving feast. We did add a small playground later in between the church and what was then the old junior high building, which had been taken over by the community. We had just a few bits of playground equipment there, and we fenced it so that we could go out safe. Since we seemed to be settling in, we needed some space of our own. We had a great time, and then finally, after telling the church we were going to be temporary residents, we moved out on Memorial Day, 1994, to the Orange Family Center. We were always so grateful to the church because we would not have been able to survive if we had not had them. It was also one reason why my family joined this church in 1980. We had our 2 sons at that time also, and we're looking for a little bit bigger Sunday school program than what the church we were attending provided. And plus, we really appreciated the Methodist Church's community involvement.